Big up to Mendem. Welcome to Pitch Picks.
What? You okay?
Hello? Are you having a stroke?
He has no idea what we're talking about. He has no idea.
I'm just sad.
We're doing bits.
I'm just sad.
Doing fake tier bits.
I'm a country man.
Country over club.
I'm a country man, and it just breaks my heart to see the boys in Stars and Stripes not showing up when the lights are bright.
Yeah.
And I'm getting nervous, Chief.
Mm-hmm.
Losing to Panama, fucking Canada. I don't even know where Panama is on a map.
That's not surprising. Do you know where Canada is on a map?
Yeah, I've been to Canada.
Okay, good.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
I've been to Canada.
On the company's dime.
Yeah, Game 6, Stanley Cup.
That's where he kind of made his bread and butter there.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sense.
I feel bad for you because you don't even remember when it was a team that you could be proud of. You used to be able to be proud of USA.
The soccer team?
Yeah.
Really?
Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey, Brian McBride. They had a lot of guys, Claudio Reyna. They had a lot of guys who they were fine players. They would play internationally, sort of, mid-tier teams, League Two teams. They play in the MLS. When they put on that red, white, and blue, the collective was always better than the individual parts. Play their fucking bag off. They almost beat Germany when I was a kid in like 2002 to go to the semifinals of the World Cup. And they always had they produced these great moments with dramatics, with Landon Donovan scoring late. Now it's just like, this is our golden generation. They fall flat on their face again. They look disinterested again. This whole thing. Greg Berhalter's probably smiling somewhere.
In Chicago.
Exactly. He probably woke up with the biggest fucking smile on his face. The Fire have won 3 in a row. In the United States, doesn't matter who the coach is, this group fucking stinks. No matter how good Christian Pulisic is, Weston McKennie, Reyna kind of fucking blows. Tim Weah.
Anthony Robinson, although he didn't play.
But all these guys that are playing for these big clubs, all the the brand name teams, and they're getting first team minutes, they're playing Champions League. They put the red, white, and blue on, and they fucking suck. Like, the pride feels like it's gone.
Can I bring up a spin zone?
Sure.
So the Dream Team, right? 1992.
Yeah.
Okay. They had that scrimmage against the little college bums. They let them win so they could taste defeat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're losing on purpose, giving a little taste of defeat. Boys start buzzing.
This is a fucking spin
they start
and a half.
coming together.
This is.
It's like you lose to Canada and Panama.
But
that
they
lights
just
on fire,
just
and it's
did-
like we can't lose again.
They just did this last summer.
I like the spin zone.
This is absolutely bottom of the barrel.
This
bottom.
It is.
He genuinely believes
You
it's
just
spin zone.
went through a very public news in-your-face sacking of Greg Berhalter and publicly executed him as a scapegoat of what was going on. He benched Gio Reyna. He was a source of all the problems. He gets another gig, albeit in the MLS, which is not seen as competitive to the Premier League and whatnot. His team is on the up. The U.S. men's national team heavily criticized now for not moving the needle and getting better under Pochettino, who was supposed to be this
Getting worse.
worldly coach with all this experience in Europe, and he has not brought anything that's changed. And it's starting to look like Greg was right. He was benching the right guys. He was keeping the right guys in the squad. At least they were playing better, and they were staying competitive in these tournaments, right? Now, they're out. They didn't even win a single game.
I do think it's rich that we got smoked 2 days after he came out and said, yeah, I think we'd be the #1 country in soccer and football in like 5 to 10 years.
Who said that?
Poch.
Yeah, this is like he's going to have the old argument, the old memes where it's like, well, what if Allen Iverson played soccer? Like, we have no shortage of athletes. We just don't we don't play hard. That's what it looked like when you watched him against Panama, and I saw a little bit of the Canada game. I didn't finish. But it was the same thing. Other than like Diego Luna, nobody had any bite. Everyone's just kind of waiting around. And I also think this golden generation might just not be that good.
And I think we owe Rudy an apology.
Thank you. I was waiting.
While we were all sipping the Kool-Aid, I'm over here twerking, red, white, and blue. We're going to win the World Cup. Rudy's like, nah, we're ass.
Told you. We suck, dude.
We suck.
Yeah, and
We suck.
We suck again.
Chiefs drinking the Kool-Aid of like that 2002 thing. I mean, I was barely even advanced past the semen at that point, but I don't remember that.
You were a full-fledged child.
Colby Jones, Brian McBride.
I was
Brian McBride.
so advanced from a seaman.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bresh.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, maybe they had some Cinderella run. I do like, that game against Portugal, like Jermaine Jones. They could play harder. I will say that. But no, we suck. It's just like I watch this team and I'm like, it looks like intramural soccer. And maybe it's because I've just been watching so much Premier League and I watch the high-end international games. It's not even in the same fucking galaxy. And if you think any way that the U.S. team was going to make any buzz, you're crazy.
But at the same time, you're watching Champions League. You've seen a lot of these guys do it in Champions League. Christian Pulisic does it in Champions League.
They're surrounded by other world-class players.
What do you mean?
But what?
He did it in the knockout stage, but he didn't do it when this team needed to move on.
In
the group stage. They're set in 7th place in their league.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily a top flight club right now.
Respect a Champions League winner.
Yeah, he did win a Champions League. Yeah, I'll give him
respect the man.
Yeah, no, Christian Pulisic is a great player.
Yeah.
He
London
did it-
club,
he did it
top club,
But he had
wins Champions Leagues.
We're talking about the national team.
But he did it. He had big Champions League moments at Dortmund too. He had goals in the Champions League back then.
No, I
Listen,
agree. Doesn't show up.
You can have
US.
the good players, they're solid players on the full spectrum of, like, in American terms, he's a fantastic player.
Correct.
He's a great pro, but like in the spectrum of international soccer, it's not even in the same stratosphere.
Bro, it's better than
You
fucking Panama.
But dude,
It's better than Canada.
everybody's gonna give. Here's the thing, man. Everybody is gonna give their best against the U.S. because we're assholes in terms of the culture of the world. So they're gonna want to beat the U.S. and they're gonna give it their all. Panama is the size is smaller than Rhode Island probably. It's a tiny country compared to the U.S. They're gonna give their all. Why wouldn't you want to beat the U.S. on home turf? From a United States point of view, you're going out there in front of a crowd of a dozen. There's more people in a DMV than there are at SoFi fucking Stadium. Like, you're just not going to get up for it the same way the Panamanians are going to get up for it.
That's my point, because what you just said, where other countries getting up to play us because we're the assholes, we're America, we're the big dickheads in CONCACAF. That has always been the case. Our guys always still showed up. We had a run where they didn't even qualify for World Cup not that long ago, and then you have this quote-unquote golden generation. They are, on paper and where they play, they are more talented than the guys. But that mentality of we're going to beat America on American soil, that's always been the case. I remember driving to Soldier Field. Guatemala was playing the United States. I think it was in a World Cup qualifier or something. There was a caravan, like 20 cars deep, with the Guatemalan flags strapped to the roofs of the cars, not even flying, just like bungee corded down on their way to Soldier Field. Guatemala had a home field advantage here. This was like 15 years ago. They have always been the big dog and the assholes internationally that everybody, especially in CONCACAF, wants to beat. We had the minerals to be like, to take the slings and arrows and the trash thrown at them and everything like that, and the mental toughness to be like, yeah, everyone fucking hates us. We're better than them. Let's go out and kick their ass. And we always did. Now it's just like, whatever. Like we care. We don't have.
We don't swing our dick enough.
Here's the thing, man. I just gotta say this. Doesn't matter how many of these Premier League players we have in the squad, the McKennies of the world. If you have Tim Ream starting at center back, it ain't happening. The guy's like, all respect to him. Great guy. Has had an incredible career, but he's 100 years old.
Yeah,
he's 100 years old.
He is.
Let the guy fuck. If Tim
I think
Ream
he's
is
literally
a starting
my
center
age.
back on your team, like I'd take any random Central American over him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but those guys
37.
But
37.
those guys weren't playing for Fulham last year on a team that had a good year. Like he had a good year for Fulham last year.
Fair.
I know.
It's
I know
not
it's
gonna happen. Like,
I know
just
it's not
ain't gonna
ideal,
happen.
but and like same thing with Cameron Carter-Vickers and all the other guys. But like that is the weakness. That back line is bad, and Matt Turner is bad.
Yes.
But at the same time,
We knew that.
Yeah, but like I didn't know the back line was this bad. I don't even fucking care who Tim Ream, Carter Vickers, whoever they want to throw out there. You're playing fucking Panama. We always used to be Panama. Right. You're playing Canada. Canada has had like growth in soccer. They got some big time players of their own. But man for man, we're more talented than them. We're like, if you're more talented, you should at least put in the same amount of effort that these other small countries and be able to. I'm not saying that they can go and win the World Cup and go toe-to-toe with Brazil's and Argentina's and Spain's and all that. I do expect to beat Panama and Canada.
You were saying that.
Let me ask you.
I mean, I was fucking around with Marlon, which he's coming up later in the show. But like, I expect to win any type of CONCACAF competition at this stage. United States should be winning that.
Do you think you're trying to or do you think you're trying to make, for example, Pulisic into something he's not? So you guys are looking for like a leader.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
He hasn't captained nothing at club level.
Yeah.
The guy hasn't captained. He's the best player technically for the States, yeah, and that's why he was given the armband. The guy at club level, he hasn't been in a situation when he was playing at Chelsea. He wasn't the main guy. At Dortmund, he wasn't the main guy, and all that. And
kind of the main guy now, though.
Ish.
He's one
at
of them.
Milan?
He's not the main guy.
But he even had a clip come out. He was golfing with someone. He's like, I don't think I have that confidence in myself to be one of those guys.
But that's what America. So it's.
But that's what we need.
It's a situation that we're in.
We need a cocky prick.
Yeah.
It's a situation that we're in. We're trying to turn. We have Odegaard, but we need a Bruno Fernandes. Do you think that's a?
I think there's some of that,
with,
but like
with
that. I
Pulisic?
think giving him the armband was weird. Like it was Tyler Adams at the last World Cup for a reason. Like, he is the vocal leader. He is like the mature guy. Everything the engine, the workhorse. Everything historically has kind of run through him. I don't know why Poch gave Christian Pulisic this whole thing where you default give your best player the captaincy in hockey or any other sport. I always thought that was a little bit odd. Like it's got to be a good player,
Get a leader.
but it's got to be a guy who everybody respects, and it's like the work rate has to be there,
Right.
to lead. If you're going to lead by example, which that's his quote unquote, that's his leadership style. Well, then you better be a fucking dog. Like,
I mean, he gives a fuck. He waved off the sub.
yeah.
I mean, dude, it's just I just keep saying the same thing. It's a joke all around. No one gives a shit. There's no culture around it. That's why it'll never be a thing. The fucking announcers don't even get the goal name right on the person who scored. They said it was Weah. It was the other guy.
Yeah.
Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Number
I don't
20,
want to be rude to him. That's very rude. But it was a nice goal, kind of. They said he buried it. Goalie got a piece of it. Had a wide open net. Put it right at him. Still went in. I mean, it's just the stadium has a seven. The stadium has 7 people in it.
And to your point, though,
That was with the ticketing, though.
Why? Are they
Oh yeah, it
playing
would have
so
been packed otherwise.
Why-
No, but I'm just saying, like when you buy a
If you
ticket,
play
you
in
get
Columbus,
you get access to 2 games with one
Fair
ticket, and they're not going to show
Why
up
are they
until the
playing-
final
Why are they playing
ticket.
at SoFi?
Fair enough.
Why are they playing at SoFi? Play at Columbus. You'll get a full stadium.
Bro, they could barely fucking sell out the little Tykes field out back.
Yeah.
Like
No, but
they're
I
not
mean,
selling out.
There's better soccer cities in America. Play in Kansas City. Play in Columbus.
I think it was a
Miami.
humbling experience because I think it was like
Portland.
a warm up for what they thought the Super Bowl
trying to
might
get
be.
the stadium.
Yeah.
They were like
and all
trying to
that.
get that vibe and atmosphere, and it's a very brutal wake up call of, holy shit, we're gonna get out fanned.
I mean,
Like
there's
all
a
these
reason-
rival countries.
There's a
are
reason
going.
all of us export our fandom.
yeah.
Barring you two, because you have history. But like, there's a reason we export our fandom.
Yeah.
And like, listen, I get it. Like,
But this
in
was
the
my
states, like you're from Chicago, you're gonna ride for the Bulls, you're gonna ride for the Blackhawks, no matter how shitty they are. When it comes to this thing, you got to earn my fandom.
Oh, so I have completely disagree. This was the only team I ever cared about until Forest. Like this is the only soccer
No,
team.
but there's all, you're talking about the Fire, right? Or
No, you're talking about-
I'm talking about the U.S. national team.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Like I'll root for them and everything, but like I'm not gonna be like
Boy,
upset.
that was sad. There was 2 people watching. Bro, the World Cup is next year. There were 2 people in.
But then again, like
That's-
we are a bunch of front runners. Like when the World Cup comes, if you think Americans aren't going to show out, you're an
I don't think they
for
are.
this team.
I don't think they are.
I bet you they will show out.
It depends on
I
who
bet you
they're
they will
playing
show
it,
out.
what the draw is. Because if
Walk
they
out
have
there
if they
and
have a
tell these
group
guys,
stage
you guys
game against
lost to
Costa
Panama and
Rica,
Canada.
You tell a bunch of Americans, hey, you want to go watch a soccer game on Saturday? They're gonna say,
A team
"Fuck
that
off."
lost to Panama.
and we are
Canada,
front
bro,
runners.
they
Is
will-
when the women play, we show up.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I'm
I mean,
saying.
No, but you know
make it
they're
a World
good.
Cup game
You know
in the
they're good.
States, people will show up.
I agree.
Whether that's wishy-washy or not, that is what it is. A fucking National League game, like, no. That people have better shit to do.
Nations League is a fake ass tournament, but these were real players.
Yeah.
and it's like this is Pochettino's first like real competition because we auto qualify for the World Cup in 26. We have the Gold Cup this coming summer. And in terms of competitive games, that's fucking it. Because they don't have to qualify, so they don't go through that kind of, You're not going to Jamaica and Trinidad Tobago away trying to qualify, where you kind of come together as a team and you play important games in CONCACAF to get through. This is like, it's friendlies and it's this Nations League. That's why it's important. That's why I'm bothered. And they have the Gold Cup this summer, which you would hope is like, Jedi is there and maybe Serginho Dest is back, so your wingers are a little bit better. But you're right. Tim Ream, Cameron Carter-Vickers, like, they don't have any central defenders. Chris Richards is fine, but they don't have any like center backs who are like, all right, like, we should play a back four. But then it's like, if you play a back three,
you're cooked.
You're taking off a good player to have three shitty players. It's like, it just feels like this dream that was the golden generation hosting the World Cup in 2026 is dead.
And to be fair, though, when you say golden generation, I don't think any of us sat up here and genuinely believed, like, hey, this team could go win a World Cup, but we believed that they could give us a sense of pride that, hey, like, soccer is on the rise here, and we could be competitive.
A golden generation by our standards. Like,
right.
You would expect, I think everybody, maybe I'll speak for myself. I expected this group of Reyna, Pulisic, Adams, McKennie, Tim Weah, those guys to be a better version of the Dempsey and Donovan team.
Right.
That's what I was expecting.
Sense of pride, get out of the group, maybe round of 16.
Could you get to the quarterfinal?
Right.
Okay, well, like, if they're not the gold generation, let's talk about it. I think we need to dub the generation properly, maybe copper.
I also don't think it's fair to just rule them out completely.
Tinfoil?
A couple months into Pochettino's start.
Yep.
Fine.
Wood.
But, like, where are the solutions coming from? Who's the goalie? We don't know. Who's the fucking striker?
But that's like asking the same question for any other sports franchise. Well, who's it going to be? Probably some fucking 18-year-old that's in college right now that's going to come up.
It's next year. If he was good enough, if that 18-year-old was good enough to be on the team next year, he would be in the group now. So, like, the cavalry is not coming. So I'm
talking about, you're saying the golden era. I'm not disagreeing with you. In a year, does it look like we're in trouble? Yes. But I'm saying, like, this group isn't just going to be done after this World Cup. They probably got one more run at it.
I think LeBron's going to have some eligibility left.
Yeah, put him in goal.
Dude, honestly, because, like,
LeBron in net could be a problem.
like Matt Turner because he tries hard, loves the game, but every time he plays, it looks like you're in PE class and they throw the big kid at goal and they're like, oh, he's actually okay at it, but he doesn't actually understand the sport on any level.
Because he never played. He didn't play until
16.
Yeah.
Nah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
I like Matt Turner. I sound really mean.
I like him
all these
too.
guys, but I'm calling a spade a spade. They're not very good.
That Panama game was painful because, I mean, McKinney had the header, he had the chance. That was the one with the goal ruled out, right?
Yeah.
Was it Sargent? Sargent had the one ruled. He should have won that game, and that's.
But McKennie is a very good player. He's captain.
He started off the bench, didn't he?
He captained Juve in Champions League.
First game, he came off the bench.
Oh, yeah, but, like, he's a very good player in Serie A for one of the premier teams in the world. He was fucking invisible in this tournament. Like, get yourself in the game. And the only guy who, like, looked like he wanted to be there was Luna.
Let me ask you this. It's called Nations League.
Yeah.
Okay. What would the NFL equivalent of that be?
NFL?
Yeah.
It's hard because it's like
they call it a preseason.
It started last year, so I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like a brand new thing. But
would you call it like a Carabao Cup?
No.
Less than that?
Maybe early stage, but this is
okay. So, like,
but these are our best guys, Smokes. These are our best guys.
I understand, but at the same time, you have to realize you're an athlete. You've been an athlete. You've played in big games. This is a fucking Tuesday night game against the Charlotte Hornets. They might not have given 100%. They might have got slapped in the face, and maybe that's the fucking wake up call they needed. I'm not saying I was thrilled with the performance. I'm with you. I was disappointed. I just don't think you could write them off right now.
Farts, and they've been listening to this golden generation, and they just throw the ball out there.
Okay, so when we had fucking Homeboy with his broken nose out there on the pitch, and we were like, oh, we're back, and they were winning, everything was great, and then they get slapped up once in some fucking bullshit-ass league.
Twice.
I don't care about a third-place game against Canada. In fact, I'm happy they lost that, because we don't do third place in America. Fuck that. Win or lose, period. Fuck that third-place bullshit. I'm just saying, don't write them off because they didn't show up in some bullshit-ass league.
Freedom.
Again, I'm not. It's
also is March Madness round of 32. Why would you want to be out on?
They were probably sweating their bets.
Probably, but why? But again, it goes back where it's like, yeah, normally I would agree with you. Nations League when they had it a couple years ago or whenever the last one was it just last summer?
Yeah, they do it every international.
Yeah, who don't even know. Who gives a fuck? I'm with you, but in this particular scenario, when we have the biggest U.S. soccer event ever coming up in 15 months. and you don't have to go. You're not going through qualification. This is a competitive game that it's not just a friendly you're fucking around with Serbia or whatever. This is a game that you, in theory, and the other countries showed up, they want to win. We didn't do it. We didn't show up. And this is all I care about is can you just fucking work hard? And that is where, for me, like the disconnect is. Like these guys, we'll just fly back, and we can't wait to get back to our club.
I mean,
Okay,
I feel
so
like the
here's-
auto qual is the big issue.
Yeah, because so they're not going
Wait,
to have.
what does if you
You could fix
qualify?
work ethic in
if you
15
if
months.
you host the World Cup, you are.
Oh, for the World Cup.
That's like why you think
you could
Qatar's not
fix-
in the next World Cup.
Yeah.
Chief, you could fix work ethic in 15 months. I don't think you could find talent in 15 months. So if you think the talent's there, and if they could fucking turn that around in 15 months, I think they'll be fine.
Listen, some people.
I don't think you can.
Some people listen, Chief. Some people cram for studying for tests.
You ever heard of
true.
Adderall?
True.
You know, sometimes some people.
We just need Trump to open up that border and let us get some new.
Well,
residents.
he's got the Trump card. You know that?
Oh, the 5
mil.
million.
5
The
million.
what?
5 mil.
Oh,
5
the
mil.
golden.
Yeah,
5 mil. for
Wait,
the green
what?
card.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So
Five
we're
mil
gonna drop a
for green
GoFundMe in the description.
Yeah,
Make sure to
please.
drop a couple donations.
Please,
for Zod.
5
We're trying
mil.
to get him the 5 mil card.
$5 mil?
Bro, to get a green card.
Wait, he's selling
Yeah,
green
he's
cards
selling
for
Oh,
green
$5
dude,
mil?
I think it's a great idea.
5 mil.
You sell 1 million of
Here,
those.
you know
What's
what?
1 million times
Actually,
5
let me
million?
not- let me
50
not
million.
get political. Let me not get
Wait, you
political.
said a million
But
times
let me
5
tell
A
you-
million?
million times 5 million.
Chief,
500 million.
everyone,
It starts
5 billion.
starts with a T, dude.
5 trillion.
Yeah.
everyone
is hard.
that can afford that 5 mil for the green card already has one.
No.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna find people with 5 million to get a green card?
There's
Soon you, bro.
yeah.
Probably, you know, the sheiks
Yeah,
out in the Middle
exactly.
East that
Get
you know,
all those
come-
guys
come
over
chill
here.
on the beach. But that's literally all that's gonna come in. But
That's fine. $5 trillion.
Before we send it
Story
to
for another day.
Marlon, I do want to talk about a little bit of the hijinks in the game. Number one, Jesse Marsh, American coach.
Yep. I
I
was
always,
happy for him.
I always liked Jesse Marsh.
I did.
I was
Coaching
happy
Canada?
because you X'd him out the coaching.
His run at Leeds was fun to watch. I wish it had lasted longer. But him tweaking on a very clear non-penalty and
Yeah,
getting
got a
kicked out
red
of the
card.
game was
That was
very
so
funny to
funny.
me.
I thought that was intentional. I thought that was like, I'm gonna fire the boys up. That was like a Bobby Knight kind of get yourself fucking run out of the gym and like get everybody's attention.
Because it was just not a penalty.
No, not even close. And I think he probably knew it, but it felt to me like I'm in it with you guys, kind of like I'm an American, but not right now.
You show that I'm ride or die for the Leaf.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of rock with that.
See red. Yeah.
I would have loved to be able to vocalize his thoughts because that stare down at the ref, I mean,
Oh
his
my
thoughts
God,
must
he
have
was
been
tweaking.
saying the most misogynistic
Yeah.
shit in
she
his
came
head,
over
like,
with that red real
And she's just
Bro,
sitting
he
there-
just
she's just
held
sitting
the
there like,
stare.
I got the call right. Like, what do
Yeah.
you want me
He
to
just held the stare. He's like, oh,
Yeah,
God, oh,
yeah.
what the hell is this?
And then the dude on Panama celebrating and sprinting
Henry.
up to the booth and they
Henry.
just accosted Thierry Henry.
yeah.
Henry.
And Henry's sitting there like,
Yeah,
like,
what
and
do I do?
I couldn't tell, like, he's like in the heat of the moment, and I was like, my hunch on it was that I don't think he planned to like just all this. I think he jumped the stands and like jumped on a thing, and then all of a sudden he was just next to Thierry Henry.
Empty stadium. It was an
Yeah.
empty stadium. The only thing he saw was Henry's
I
head.
don't think that he planned to like run up to Thierry Henry because that's a pretty ballsy move. But like I think he like did the celebration, jumped over the barricade, like I gotta get over this thing, and then he stood up, and then he's face to face with Thierry Henry.
So I listened to the post game. Apparently, he ran up to him and he told him that you're my idol.
That's pretty
in
cool.
Spanish
That is
and
cool.
all that.
That's pretty cool.
He's an Arsenal
It was a nice finish. I mean, USA definitely deserved better in that game. That was their only shot on goal, but they buried it. We did.
They varied.
Yeah, but that was very funny to me. Like, and Thierry didn't like know what to do. It's always weird too when someone has to have you ever given a hug to someone sitting down?
Yeah.
And they're
It's
like,
awkward.
their eyes in your nipple.
Yep.
And it's just like you don't know where to put your arms if you're on the bottom, and then on top you're like, it's just a very awkward scene. But imagine that like all of a sudden a whole soccer team is like on top of you.
Yeah. It was great.
So, Chief, what do we do? Since it's a new gaffer, we can't fire the gaffer. What do we do? Get rid of all the international guys? Do strictly MLS? What solutions do we have for?
No,
we have an early
I think we're just. It's almost like you have to just reset expectations.
I have a solution.
Okay.
So it's the World Cup, so it's a little bit different. But I think you go old school Olympic rules. You go 1980 style, only amateurs. We said the kids. We go the college route. We only send the.
They might
college
play
kids.
hard.
They're going to be super psyched. They're gonna
Miracle
go there. And
action.
then if they suck, it's like, well, they're fucking
They're
amateurs.
18.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and
It's
we
like,
auto qualify. So
yeah, so it's like Pulisic, all you guys can take a seat. We're gonna send the amateurs out there, and we're gonna put the college kids out there. They're gonna give it their all. If they do great, oh my God, look at these guys. If they do bad, it's like fighting a blind kid. You beat them up, you're an asshole. If you lose, how?
I hope that because Pulisic played in the middle, just put the guys in the positions where they are accustomed to playing. Like put Pulisic off to the left, but way off to the right. I don't know where the goals are going to come from outside of those two because they just don't have a
God,
striker.
I feel so bad for you because you care.
I do care. I
really feel bad for you.
Yeah.
How's that Man City kid coming along?
Cavan?
Is he ready?
He's like,
Is he ready?
I don't
Dude,
think he can.
Bro, he was 14 when it went
He
viral.
hasn't even.
Didn't
He
No,
hasn't
but-
even
viral.
He hasn't
Went
even
viral.
hit. He hasn't even hit algebra yet. Like
He hasn't even got to the academy. He has
how
to
the
stay
hell
here
did-
until he's 18.
How the hell did Man City sign that thing? How the hell did it
They
sign
do that all the
Take a-
time.
You're asking the right question.
He's playing. Like if Barcelona didn't get Messi when he was.
They didn't get Messi.
it's
They
different
built him
time.
in a lab.
Yeah. He came over
Read
when he
a
was
book,
like 9,
idiot.
right? Yeah.
They bought
Because he got HGH.
yeah, they bought Messi a growth hormone.
No, he's playing in the
I
MLS.
wish
Yeah, he plays
Barca
for
hooked me up
Philly,
too.
right?
He plays for
That would've been
Philly.
great.
He plays for Philly.
Where's Arsenal?
Messi is Za.
Yeah.
If
Literally, if I was given HGH, I've always told you guys that if I was just 6 foot out, the greatest athlete you've ever seen in your life. Anything I touch, my golf swing, money. My swimming stroke, money.
I'm
Bro,
with you.
anything I do, I pass a rugby ball,
Bro, that
money.
video of you
My
jumping
cricket-
into the pool with the little splash noise cracks me up.
Yeah, but you see how clean that dive was?
It was a clean dive.
Clean dive,
It was
money.
a clean dive.
Bro, if I just had fucking Messi's growth hormones, you are looking at the black Messi right here.
Dude, yeah.
I
So
think
Kevin
that's a
is-
perfect ending. to this.
Zim would finally qualify for something.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, that's
Folks,
going to
good
wrap
talk.
up the U.S. men's national team talk. Now we have Marlon Harewood.
Great guy.
Great guy.
What's his name?
What's his word?
You blew it again. He blew it again. He blew it again.
We have Marlon Harewood interview. Here we go.
You gotta tell people what's going on?
Yeah.
All right, so we're here Friday. Marlon Harewood, former West Ham, Aston Villa. That's where he's mostly known for. I mean, Forest, he's been around top level football. Is here. We're gonna do a little shooting challenge. You know me, I had to come in my Sunday number ones just to tell him what time it is, because he came in his Sunday number ones. So he's got to know what time it is. He's an enemy of mine, but you know what? What sucks is meeting him and actually talking to him more and more. I'm liking the guy more and more. That's what sucks, but nah, he's a good dude. Let's go shoot on. Oh shit, he's
Yeah, my son loves stuff. Ready?
He sets in the corner with his hands like this.
My son's gonna be geeking out.
Then he rattles out Indiana. Right.
All right, so we had Zlatan here. He didn't score once.
Who?
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Where?
Here,
He didn't score once.
didn't score once.
I don't believe
So you got you.
Yeah?
Yeah, he didn't. You got
Shut
iced out.
up.
Let's try this. This is a long time ago.
Yeah, the goal's so small.
Yeah. Ready? He's a pro.
He's overrated.
I won't say that to his face, because he's a guy. I love him.
It was
It's on the internet
stunning
forever.
he
He
didn't
couldn't
score.
score at Barstool Sports. So.
I would have bet $1 million he would have scored.
We're going for the spot, yeah?
Yep. All right, so we got Hammerhead. Look at this guy, legend, Forest legend, West Ham legend, Marlon Harewood. They have the summer series coming up in Chicago. Everton, Bournemouth, West Ham, Man United, all coming to Soldier Field. So these guys are in the office. We figured the guy who's been taking a lot of heat this week, we're putting him right back in the fire. Nicky Smokes, goaltender.
Taking a lot of heat, a lot of
Taking
heat.
a lot of heat. He says he only needs one to beat Zlatan.
Yeah. What, so I need one, yeah?
You only need one. You only need
I
one.
can't believe.
It's not a big goal though.
Talk to him, Smokes.
I'm built different.
Oh, you should be ready for this.
Hey, get your heels on the line.
Yeah? We good to go? Make sure your heels on the line.
Yeah. Don't double touch it. Easy. I'm gonna shout out, die for it. This ain't no smooth. Yeah.
You got to see how fast it comes.
All right, give me the glove.
Let me get one more. Now I know the speed.
But yeah, you can take it.
I'll take the next one.
You ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. See that? That's goaltending right there.
Just trying to go top bins.
Regulation goal that goes there.
It probably did.
See, that's why I stick to talking shit.
All right, well, you scored more goals
And not
here
actually
than
kicking
Zlatan did, so.
I'll take that.
Yep.
Not actually kicking the ball.
You gonna be any better, yeah? I've got to try and get 3 past you.
Way better athlete. Way better athlete.
Way better athlete.
You take up more of the goal. That's true. Intimidating presence in here.
Sure.
Oh, where was that when I was
Scared him.
I didn't have a shot in hell, did I?
Well, you thought I was going to go that way, didn't you?
Yep.
I want to try and get top bins. Oh! Got it. 2 out of 2. Take that.
Nice.
Well done.
All right, who wants one on Hammerhead here?
I want
Yes,
one on
Hammerhead.
I think we all take one.
Yeah. My shoelace did go untied.
Thank you very much. Dude, you kicked you out of your shoes.
I hope they're good.
All right, what's the secret to a proper strike, Marlon?
You're the expert.
All right.
I think I gotta go barefoot.
You ready, Hammerhead? All right.
Yes, Hammerhead! Yes, Hammerhead! I love that! Yes!
Oh, that almost hit him right into Johnson.
Go on, Irons.
You hit him right in
Yes!
You hit him right in the hammerhead. Literally right in the hammerhead. This guy, proper mascot. As soon as he put the head on, no talking.
No.
Talked all day, head on, full character.
Which one? Which ball?
I don't know which one's a good one.
We need to get some real balls in here.
Yes, Kev. Why is that doing that? Oh, good finish. Good finish.
I didn't know what way that was going. No clue.
Yeah.
Ready?
This is one you need to save. Oh, I didn't need to.
Jeez. Let's try to do the Gibbs White little toe tap on the way up. All right.
Good to go.
That's it, Hammerhead. You're the best goalie.
Big up the Mendem. Welcome to Pitch Picks. We got a very special. You thought I wasn't gonna do my intro
bro,
because
come
we
on.
had a guest?
Come on.
I knew you were gonna do
It's
it.
the most.
You thought I wasn't gonna do my signature intro just because we had a guest?
Marlon, tell this guy how fucking cringe he is, please.
I thought it was quite good.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Stop.
Thank you.
I thought you might be like, hey, we're in the interview portion of the show. We got a legend here. That's what I thought you were
Well,
gonna
that's
do.
what I was gonna say after I said big up the Mendem. Welcome to Pitch Picks. We have a legend with us.
All right.
But know what? You could host the show.
No, it's fine. No, you're doing great. You're
you
doing
take the
great.
reign.
You're doing great.
You take the reign.
You're doing great. Keep it
Well,
going.
Marlon, it's an honor to have you here. How's the city of Chicago treating you?
It's been unbelievable. First couple of days has been an eye opener. Obviously going to the Chicago Bulls. That was one of them my bucket list ticked. So yeah, hopefully we can.
They actually showed up for you, apparently.
Unbelievable. They did show up. I think some of the boys pulled a few strings and we was in there.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna add something to your bucket list that you probably didn't know was gonna be on your bucket list.
No.
Tomorrow, Saturday, St. Patrick's Day in Chicago.
Okay, I've heard about
is one of the biggest events I've ever been a part of. You grew up in Chicago. This was my first year last year.
That's how I put on all this mass.
Oh my God.
a lot of Miller Lights, a lot of Guinness.
You were
And you dye it green, and they dye the river green, and people start at 8 in the morning.
even earlier.
Sometimes earlier. You got to get in line before that. You guys are going to AJ Hudson's.
We are.
Best soccer bar, I would say, in the city. You're going to have a great time.
Yeah, hope so. We hope so. It's going to be good.
It's going to be extra rowdy tomorrow. It's gonna be a scene. You're gonna have a great time.
I'm very excited I'm more excited for you to enjoy St. Patrick's Day for the first time in Chicago than honestly.
Are you coming with me? Show me the road.
I can show, if you want to party with me.
I don't know if you want that.
I don't know if you want to party with me. You might not ever go back to work.
The last time
miss my flight.
We did an AJ Hudson's Day last year, the group here, we lost Za.
Yep.
We just lost him. We're like, he's gone.
Yep.
Za's gone. So, yeah, we can – that's walking distance from me. So maybe I'll just walk over in the morning and have him put the Forest game on.
Yeah, have a little look.
Day. Yeah.
I heard they have different types of games in the.
So
That's
AJ's has this line down the street before it opens. And as you're walking in, it's like, what? All right, you're a West Ham, you're going to be in this corner.
Okay.
Oh, you're Chelsea, you're over here. And then they just kind of situate everybody. So everybody has their game. There's a million TVs. It's a great scene. So then you'll hear like different cheers from different parts of the bar as the day goes along.
We could never do that in UK. That could never happen.
Yeah. Fist fights.
Oh,
what, different fans in the same bar?
Yeah. It's good. I think it'd be good if people can do that and get on, but you just won't be able to do that. That's why I had to ask you the question, because when you was talking about it, that's just I'm like, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's even crazier because there are two predominant supporters clubs at that bar, AJ Hudson's.
I think
Manchester United,
I think
Liverpool.
Right? Oh yeah.
You guys are the Globe.
We don't we have.
You're the Globe. You're the Globe, and I think maybe Cleo's, but
Cleo.
Yeah, AJ Hudson's is basically United and Liverpool, and it's the biggest rivalry.
Man, it's crazy.
So it's crazy.
It's good. It's good that you can do it.
Yeah.
When you can.
Right. And I think that's
no
the thing about being a fan in America.
Yeah.
Is that there's probably not enough at this point to have everybody have their own bar. So you kind of split them, and you just want to have that great atmosphere. And everyone's just trying to grow the game here. So everybody, it's like a Premier League fan community first, and then you have your pockets of your
it's
game.
good. It's good. Hopefully you can continue that.
Us? Forest? Or
in general.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, in general.
We're gonna have Tuesdays and Wednesdays next year.
Champions League.
Yeah. That's right.
You had to get that in, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because to your point, like if I saw someone in a Tottenham jersey, I wouldn't be like, oh, like he's a gross piece of shit. I'd be like, oh, someone else likes the same sport I like.
Correct.
And it's kind of like a talking point.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll give each other shit.
Except for these two. Except for these two. They can't be in the same room.
But I can't understand why them two are talking, because both teams are doing so bad.
It's horrible,
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ow, what's that?
Especially Man United. Like
pathetic.
They got nothing to talk about.
What do you mean?
New stadium.
New stadium on
Very
the way.
exciting.
Oh Jesus!
We got
best thing that's happened this year.
We fleeced these bozos over in North London for 8 in heaven.
Come on.
Cheeto's gonna be a star.
One game. The kid plays one game.
It's a youth project. Mind your manners over there.
But let's take it back a little bit. North London boy.
Yes.
Born to a Bayesian parents, right? Bayesian parents. Was it always football, or was there a little? Was Marlon trying to be the next Sir Garfield Sobers?
I was. It's mad you say that, because obviously my dad was so passionate about cricket.
Yeah.
And didn't really
Big in Islands.
Yeah, didn't really see about football or anything like that until I went to secondary school. And then when you were in secondary school, all my boys, they were playing for local teams and stuff like that. So you're just playing in the playground, and some of them said, "Do you want to come and play for our team, our local team?"
So just to switch it into American, secondary school is about what age?
11, 12. Yeah, 11, 12.
That's
okay.
when you...
And then from then. And then it just went on from there. I had 2 years playing for the local team. Then I had trials.
Where was that? In North London?
Yeah, in Camden Town. And then from there, it went from having the trials at Fulham, Charlton, and then Forest came in for me at that time. And then my dad was up for getting me out of London. So as soon as he knew Nottingham Forest was interested in me, he was just like driving me up every weekend. And then from then, I just learned my trade, being academy, making my debut at 18, and then footballing career went on from there.
How was that feeling? So you said Fulham said no.
No, they didn't say no.
They didn't. Oh, they didn't.
I was just training, but obviously when Nottingham Forest came in for me, he wanted to get me out of London. So
and you wanted to be with a big club.
Yeah, well, at the time,
layup right there.
at the time, I didn't really know about it until and then start playing for the club. The history of Forest is quite massive.
This guy takes a piss out of me. He hasn't seen the two.
You'll never
stars,
never sing that. You'll never sing that.
Me about the 2 stars that he hasn't seen.
So yeah, no, it's been a fantastic career. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and obviously learning my trade at Nottingham Forest is probably one of the highlights of it. Making my debut and going on from there, really.
Oh, there we go.
How does City Ground rank as an atmosphere versus some of the other places you've played?
It's a difficult one because when people ask me where's the best places I've played, and Nottingham Forest and West Ham were the best football I've played. So they're my first 2. And City Ground, the atmosphere there when it's rocking, and for West Ham at Upton Park is the same. When it's rocking, it's absolutely electrifying. Yeah. And I've had both teams. I've had the situations where I've been involved in them situations, which has been amazing for me. And off the field as an ambassador, we was in Europe against Seville. The place was unbelievable at the club. So yeah, the clubs have been similar, but nowhere else can beat that. To be fair.
Okay, all right, like to hear that.
What do you think of the whole bubble thing?
Bubbles. I like it. I actually like it.
I can't stand it. It drives me crazy.
I like it. I actually like it. It's
Did they have that when you played?
Yeah. Upton Park, when we walked out, the bubbles, it was just our theme, and we just got into it. And teams used to be scared to come to Upton Park
because of the bubbles.
Yeah, probably. And the chicken run and all the little things that West Ham had through their like.
I'm new to the game. What's the chicken run?
The chicken run. So obviously the stadium was quite tight, and then you got I don't know how to explain this. The chicken run. Is it PG?
No. This is
Barstool
Network.
It's just a run
let
that
it fly here.
you get. West Ham fans are just, if you're not West Ham, you get stick like on a different level.
Okay.
Not a nice way, and that was called the chicken run because if you ever go down there, you know you're gonna.
There you go.
You're gonna get
walking into running the gauntlet, walking into the way end, running the gauntlet.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Running the gauntlet.
I hate the bubbles, especially after what they did to my man Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Where they got that picture of the bubble bursting on the head on the game where he got sacked. Criminal, man.
That's my bubble.
Criminal. That's when I was like, hit these 4K cameras out of the park.
All-time clip for us.
Good question. Well done. I've never had that, but I like.
Welcome to
bubbles.
America.
Yeah, the bubbles are good. I enjoy the bubbles.
It's
I ain't gonna
unique.
lie.
Yeah,
I like it.
Tradition for sure.
It's been with me for a while because it's where every time we like West Ham put videos up of goals and stuff because it's getting older now. It's probably like 19 years since we got to the FA Cup semi-final. So time flies all the time, and obviously I've been there quite a long time, and the bubbles have just been part of my life, really.
Was there ever a team that you would get up for, like a team that's like, oh, we're playing United?
Yeah,
like,
always.
It's like personal.
Yeah. No, because I enjoy scoring against the top 4 teams: Arsenal, Man United.
Okay.
So when you're playing them teams, it's like you do get excited playing like the top teams at the time in that league, because I think like it's like any team, like when you're playing, I wouldn't say lower, but teams that are not around the top end, you seem to struggle. You seem to go down to that sort of way of playing. But then when the big teams come and you've got the big players, you sort of get yourself up for them games, and that's the teams you want to be playing week in, week out, don't you?
Feels like Zah's got a question about it.
Yeah, I mean, he referenced it. If I remember correctly, that ruined us. We were in that top 4. I think we were in the top 4. That was last season at Highbury. It was away at Upton Park. Right?
Yeah.
And I think we were in that top 4. No, wait, was it the season after?
I think it was.
4 battle.
Yeah.
I think you was.
We were in the top 4 battle.
Top 4 battle.
I think it was that jersey.
And you
I
almost
think it was that jersey.
No, we were wearing yellow.
No, it was.
No. It was the black one.
Because
So
Henri was in that shirt, wasn't
it was the other one.
Because we beat you at last time at Highbury, because that was the away game. You was moving stadiums, and the first team to beat you at Emirates as well.
Damn.
I forgot about that part.
Ooh, that's a fun fact. Thank you.
That is a fun. I'm really glad you came. It's great memories here.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember.
Who crossed it? Ben Ayoun? Was it Ben Ayoun that crossed
Flashbacks.
Yeah.
You'll see Ben Ayoun was a good goal, man. It was.
Yeah, because Bobby Zamora sent Sol Campbell home at half time. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Highbury.
Yeah. Bobby, that was a good West Ham team, bro.
He went home at halftime. We bullied. Yeah, our team was unbelievable.
That was Mascherano. Was that Mascherano and Tevez?
Yeah.
Mascherano, Tevez, yourself,
Teddy, Bobby, Dean Ashton.
Dean Ashton, yeah.
Colton
Cole. Holy shit, yeah, that's crazy. Damn.
That's my
He had left. Wait, he had left Chelsea then, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is.
So that goal was in 90th minute, right?
Yeah.
Super late. Your celebration, you took your shirt off.
Yeah, there's a bit of history with that. Because Alan Pardew, our manager, he wanted to rest me. And obviously, as a professional footballer, you don't want to be rested.
Yeah.
So obviously, the game was going on. It was just going back and forward against Arsenal. And I can see managers had to do, like, looking around to see, like, who can go on. And I'm like, oh, you need me now, don't you? You need me now, don't you? And I can remember thinking, like, and he come on, and so obviously I went on, and I missed the first chance. I came on the first 5 minutes. I had a better chance than one I scored, and I missed it because obviously with strikers you only get one chance, and you have to obviously take that chance. Yeah, you have to take that chance. And obviously another one came round, and that's when I got really angry. And obviously I knew if I scored, we would have won the game. So I took the shirt off and threw it down, and like, that's just me, innit?
That's what I was gonna ask. Is like, do you before a game, you're like, obviously the time of the goal and the score of the game dictates, but like, do you just like in that moment you're like, sure, tarp's coming off?
Yeah. It weren't planned.
Yeah.
It just weren't planned.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of meaning in the shape taken off.
Yeah.
Like a few swear words in that shirt taken off. Really.
Yeah.
Passion that we had.
Yeah, that was crazy because I that was like a little bit before my time, but I went back and looked at it, and then I didn't realize that like Wenger, there was like the managers like
collided.
Bro. They got into it.
Pardew and Wenger used
Yeah. What was the reasoning for that? Exactly?
I don't know. I just think because of the celebrations, and then I think Arsene was looking at Pars, and then Pars was like, "What?" Because obviously we scored. You know, managers doing it, heat of the moment and stuff. And then obviously, but I think Arsene would have had Pars, by the way. So definitely 100%.
Nope.
That would happen.
My gaffer.
I know that would happen, but
you booed him out of that club.
Heat of the moment.
That's a complicated story.
You were Wenger out, so I don't want to hear my manager nonsense.
Listen, that's not what we're here to discuss.
Do you think that was like the golden era of the Premier League?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the Barclays era.
I loved it. Obviously, watching football now, a bit because I do a lot of talks and you have to understand, and it's not as I don't see the. I might get in trouble for this. The passion. There don't seem much passion in the football now. Obviously, you've got some really top-class players, but not like back in the day when you walk in a tunnel and everyone's like tuned in, ready to go. And like, I don't see that anymore. Because everyone's
Keane
like
against Vieira.
That's so weird. Like, obviously now before games, lads are like high-fiving each other.
Bro, they want Instagram stories. They're looking for Instagram stories.
Talk to each other. Do that after the game. We're in a battle at the moment. I want to beat you. That's how we was as a team, and we used to take everyone on. We weren't scared of anybody at the time, and it was good. It felt good.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's just a Premier League thing, because we see that in the NFL, the NBA.
NBA is the worst offender of that.
Oh, is it?
NBA.
It's getting softer and softer.
Yeah.
I think
Kids today.
I know, it's horrible. I don't think it's good for the game.
Yeah.
Because you want to see the passion. You want to see the best players. Like, obviously, Ronaldo's and Messi's they're still at the top level. And they're still passionate in what they do and how they do it. But obviously now the new generation is getting a bit more.
Yeah. Do you think there is a guy in this new generation that you could drop him back then and be like, he's one of us? He's an old school guy, or a guy that comes to mind?
Good question. I'll have to think about that.
Jamie Vardy.
He wants you to say Chris Wood.
Well, Vardy is
he wants
kind
you
of
to say
bold.
Chris Wood. He's a Chris Wood.
No, I wasn't going to say Chris Wood. I was
Vardy for sure.
But Vardy has been like he's got 1 foot in each generation. I feel like.
Yeah.
You don't see Van Dijk really doing a lot of the celebrations or talking to anybody. He's kind of.
He's focused. Yeah, he's quite focused.
I'll give him that.
Can be going about
that. Definitely.
But yeah, you had, in the Barclays area, you had guys like Gary Neville wouldn't talk to Schmeichel down the tunnel. He wouldn't talk to his brother in the tunnel when he was on Everton. Like you don't have that anymore. You see after United get humiliated by God knows who. You see Harry Maguire hugging John Stones at the Etihad, and Roy Keane's fuming on the sideline. It's a different era.
Yeah.
How do you West Ham this season? What do we think? A little disappointed.
Yeah,
What they got?
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed because I feel sorry for both sides, the managerial side and the player side, because this year I think it's probably one of the best years of the recruitment that they've had.
Definitely.
I feel sorry for them because I know they all want to do well, and it's just not gone their way. And obviously now they're taking a back step when new managers come in, new philosophy, and they seem to be buying into his philosophy and playing better football and enjoying. So it works both ways, I think, and I feel sorry for them in the sense of that they know they should be doing better, but it's just not worked out for whatever reason behind the scenes, and it's just not worked out for them.
Is there optimism for West Ham going forward now that you have like your manager?
Potter's a good manager.
He's a very good manager. A lot of success.
Yeah, 100%.
People are looking forward to next year being like, hey, now West Ham's going to be climbing back up the table.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Because the caliber players that we've got at the club now, they 100% should be doing better. And I think that Potter the gaffer can install some sort of way he likes and the way he's been playing, because he's had a lot of success at Brighton and what he's been doing and how he wants to do. He's bringing a lot of young lads through now as well, which is good. And there are a few of them that are shining, so it'll help the senior players to nurture the young players, because they should got to be performing week in, week out.
Yeah, and then back to the whole Barclays era thing, where it was like you play it long, you win the ball, you go forward. Do you think Pep ruined football?
All right.
Now we're asking real questions.
The internet boys are asking the internet questions, the real questions.
I don't think he has. I think what you're saying now, as the generation's gone down, it's watering down. It's like people's taking Pep literally now. So everyone's like doing a literal Pep situation, when, like you're saying, I used
Southampton.
If I'm a manager now, I agree with you. I was like a person like, earn the right to play, so turn them, put them on the back foot, and then you open spaces for you to start getting pockets, and then you can get your ball players on the ball. But we're not in that generation, because everyone wants to now think they can pass the ball around. Like, you got Southampton coming up to the Premier League, instead of doing what you're saying, turning them to try and turn the pressure on them, they want to play from the back. And then, no disrespect to them, they ain't good enough to do that. But the thing is, they do it one game, and then they continue doing it games after game, and they continue losing. So that is
the funny part. Where
that's what I don't
stick
get
to the
that's
process.
That is one thing I do
gonna
not
come
get,
good
when teams continue to do it and you'll continue to lose.
Do it all the way back to the
yeah. It's like it's similar to like
there's something
Ange,
going
too.
on with the philosophy of a manager. You think he can change the dynamic of the players, can do it, because the players ain't going to change. He's still going to be doing the same stuff week in, week out, which answer your question, which is a great question. But I do think people literally going that Pep way instead of like, I don't know what the philosophies are.
So the answer to the original question was, did Pep ruin football? It sounds like the answer is yes.
I do want that. You said that, not me.
I say it every week.
It's going to come out of my mouth. But I don't think he's ruined it, because the football's good.
Yeah.
When the first time he did it, it looked good and it looked amazing. And the Man City boys bought into how he wants to do it. And then obviously everyone thought, right, I'm going to try. That's the way to do it, isn't it? And he did it well. So I wouldn't say it's ruined it. I would say it's made it better. But obviously now it's just a literal thing that people, instead of making your own thing. I don't want to pick on managers or any way. Obviously you do all your coaching badges and stuff, and people tell you this is the right way or the wrong way. I don't think there is a right or wrong way to play. If you've got a good team playing together and you go out and do the job, then
that'll be it. We have the summer series. That's why you're here. The summer series in Chicago is being played July 30th.
Summertime shy.
Summertime. Soldier Field. It's going to be a great event.
It's going to be a movie.
Bournemouth, West Ham, Everton, Manchester United. Do you think that the players get excited to play in that game?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because it's one of them, like, coming back from pre-season. So you come into pre-season and you got the games going to America, which pre-season, if I was playing now, I would love to come to America to go and play some football, and that's where you go and do your summer training, and then you're playing the teams that you're going to be playing back home in a different country, and it's just all exciting. For me, it would be as a player. So I'm not sure how they'll be feeling that.
On the whole pre-season thing, where do you stand? Are you more of the old school? Because old school, I mean, Wenger used to just send us into the mountains to Austria for like 3 weeks. Now we're doing the commercial stuff. I mean, it's there's commercial obligations when you do the tours and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but you're also seeing a new place. Of course, you're training during the days and all that. Where do you stand on that? Are you
A bit of
more
both, really.
traditional?
Yeah, a bit of both. Like we were just talking about, it's like bringing football. You're building it up to the US because you've got all your supporter clubs, and it's just nice for clubs from England
to
come over and
players.
see it. Yeah,
You
see everyone.
you guys on
It's
TV,
just
man.
nice.
This is crazy. I grew
Yeah,
up
so
when I was
it's-
a little fucking 17-year-old watching you ruin my child. Now you're here. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's one thing I would get excited about. Obviously, coming over and playing football and stuff as in pre-season, which is good. And I think West Ham and all the other teams that are coming over, it's just good publicity for both the US and for the clubs that are coming.
All right. Big news that dropped, I think just this morning in America. Tommy Tuchel's first England squad. Do you have any thoughts on the selection from there?
No, not really. I haven't
Not
really
really?
looked in those. I know Rashford's back in.
Rashford's in.
Which he should be.
Should be out.
I don't think he should be. No, I think he should be in, definitely. I'm not sure about
Henderson.
Henderson. What's Hendo doing
Not
there?
sure about that one, but it's
Where's he?
again, it's a senior thing. I think that's quite good to have someone senior in a young team because the lads speak very highly of him. So having a senior head in that dressing room is good to have, really, sometimes.
My boy Miles.
So yeah, there's a
boy
few.
Miles.
Yeah,
Where's
he's done
Ethan?
well. He's done
I don't know
well.
where Ethan is. Ethan's
So-
meant to be there.
It'll be interesting. We'll see.
Harvey Elliott's meant to be there. I don't know where he is.
England have got some good young players that can go in there and do a job. So, and if he thinks that's the squad that he thinks he will do it, then
All right, here's the
see.
money. Here's the money question. It's coming home.
It's always coming home.
Well, I was going to
It's always coming
a
home.
different way. The World Cup's coming here. We had a big boom in interest after '94. That's when I started following. I was just a little kid. I'm like, this is amazing. Is the United States going to surpass England
In the sense of what?
in footballing and talent and soccer? Are we going to be the top dogs in 10 years?
I don't know.
You scared?
No, don't
Think about it.
don't be silly. Don't be silly. Yeah, you obviously 10 years maybe, but
Yeah.
nah. It's the Premier League is probably one of the best footballing leagues in the world.
These guys.
Oh, we're not talking MLS and Premier League. We're talking national
National.
National
on the World
teams.
Cup
Yeah.
stage.
Because there's some young G's that are good. McKinney.
Yeah,
Tim Weir.
there is.
They got 10 of those.
Is that
They got McKinney's getting cut. Like they're drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm like, no.
Is that 15-year-old that the city 15-year-old?
Cavan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kid.
Great. Maybe in 20 years.
Yeah, maybe.
I always wondered this. Obviously, you being a former player, you've been in the locker room. We come on this show and we give out soccer picks.
Yeah.
And one of our favorite things to do is bet a team who just sacked their manager.
Okay.
Now, in the locker room, is like, are you guys up just because you're like, oh, he's a piece of shit and he's gone and we have something to prove? Or do you just feel like you're
new
more
manager
free to
bump.
play?
Yeah, it's a good shout. I don't know, because it's mad, isn't it? When a new manager comes in, like you ain't won for the last 10 games, and the new manager comes in and you win. Like, and it's the same players, the same guy. It is quite.
These guys
it's
down
mad.
tools for the other
Yeah,
guy.
it's-
Like,
it's,
what's
Yeah, I feel like it's just a mental thing.
Just a little
I think it is.
football
It's
voodoo.
weird.
Just a
Yeah,
reset.
it's a mad situation. Like obviously here, if you have any business, I would say, because I'm quite business minded. Like if you had a manager here that you didn't like and he left, and a new one come in and it's all bubbly and all thing, and you end up working for him. You want to do a good job.
Yeah, morale's higher.
West Coast Customs in the UK?
Yes.
I saw that. What kind of so sorry for the car customizations, right? Car
Yeah, I've had
customization.
a car.
What are you doing? Are you doing like the West Coast Customs nonsense where they put a jacuzzi in the back of a
Not like that. Not like West Coast Custom. They've taken it to a whole different level. But I've been doing it a while now, helping the lads out with their cars.
There you
It's,
go.
it's
Wrapping
been
the
good.
cars and
Yeah.
all that.
Doing all the modifyings and stuff. So
Listen,
it's been good.
when I get my Tesla, which I don't have,
Call him up. Yeah, call him
Wrap
up.
me up for.
Yeah, please give me a call.
What is the number one go-to car for footballers? Because I follow this page that just like posts the Man City players coming in for practice, and they just show all their cars.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting to see that like they're different, but there's so many Range Rovers.
Yeah.
Like if you're a young England international, you just got called up to the first team. You're like 19, 20. You get that first paycheck. You get a little bit of money. What is the typical England
Go to
national?
car. Yeah, it probably is. I think like for cars in like a designer wear, you get the Gucci's and the Pradas, and I think if I'm saying this right, like Range Rovers and Mercedes and Ferrari and Lambos are the Pradas and Gucci of footballers to have them cars. So
Yeah.
Range Rover is a British brand.
Yeah.
So they grow up seeing that everywhere.
True.
yeah, so they
Pinnacle
like
of
them.
luxury.
I like the guys
more
that
of a
just like
fashion-
fuck it. Like Vardiol drives a Jetta.
Yeah.
He's for real does.
Conte
yeah.
in the Mini Cooper.
Yeah, I thought he had a
Conte in the
bicycle.
Mini Cooper.
more of a fashion statement.
Yeah.
And a bicycle. Yep.
Last question from me: who's the guy in the Premier League now that you're like, I have to watch him every week? That you get excited to watch?
It was Haaland when he first come. Like he opened the eyes because obviously being a centre forward, I watched centre forwards, and he brought back the old school player. Yeah, actually being so tall and quick and strong, and it was good to see. I would say him was one of them people that I would love to watch when he first come on the scene, because the amount of goals he was scoring, he was doing all sorts of things, and it was just refreshing.
He's a
to
freak.
see.
He's a freak.
There was no Arsenal players in that
Yeah.
thing to watch. I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Saka. Saka. Box office. Brother. Saka. Box office. My question to you. My last one to you. Favorite teammate that you played with?
Yeah.
And why is it
I've had a
David
few.
Johnson?
It's mad. Huh?
And why is it David Johnson?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, me and Jono, we scored. I don't think you don't do them things anymore. Me and him scored over 50 goals between us as a strike partner.
Crazy,
And it was a great season that we had. So if you go in football,
when we
mates.
mentioned Carlton Cole a little.
Yeah, no, mine
That's
probably
your
be
boy?
Bobby Zamora.
Zamora.
Yeah, at West Ham, we formed a very good relationship as two strikers. Don't do them anymore, which that's what I'm saying. We were talking about how you play as one striker now. Don't do two strikers.
I feel like Milan's the only team that does it
So
that I can think of.
Yeah.
Inter, like
Forrest did it for one game this year, and it did not work.
I didn't.
Wait,
Who was against?
Wood and who?
It was Wood and Taiwo.
Taiwo, yeah.
Yeah,
Who did they
just-
play?
I think that was the first Fulham game, and they had injuries. I think Gibbs White was out.
At the City Ground.
Yeah.
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 Fulham were a good team.
Yeah.
Year.
They're doing well. They're
super
doing
solid.
very
Well,
Very solid.
solid.
Yeah.
I know it's not. We're here for Premier League, but I just got one that I want to sneak in. Not Premier League. Champions League. Who do you got winning it?
Me.
Not
Obviously, we did have Real Madrid, but PSG look strong.
They're doing
Scary.
Oh, they look
doing
good.
They're doing.
There's obviously I'll try and the names now, because when you do like commentary, it's so hard work now because the names.
They give it like the phonetics. Right? They're on you, right?
You're going
They're
by
on you.
social media things.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's number 17, the centre midfielder. Is he number 4? Does he play 4?
Vitinha.
Does he play the 4 or just the 2 in the
João
middle?
Neves.
It's a small one. The small one.
Vitinha.
I think it's
Vitinha.
Mate, he was.
Vitinha, unbelievable. The guy,
Oh.
he got the scar. He got the scar in the game, right?
Wow.
Vitinha, he's unreal.
Wow.
Vitinha is
See that?
unreal.
So him.
He's like Pirlo.
Yeah. So Real Madrid was my team, but then Atletico played really well as well. So yeah,
And
I think I'll stick to. Yeah, it was Real Madrid.
okay.
One more time. That summer series is what? West Ham.
Everton, Bournemouth, Man United,
Yeah.
July
Bournemouth, summer
30th in
series.
Chicago. So we'll put the link for tickets if people are interested in this, in the link for this
There
episode.
it is.
Awesome. Well, Marlon, thank
be
you
a good
for
one.
joining us.
No, thank you.
And I
Thank
hope you enjoy your
Appreciate
first St. Patrick's Day in Chicago.
it. You'll be with me. Come on.
Yeah.